thinking about a possible top 5 collision. Both teams have done their part, and now, here we are. We'll see a team that's had a chance to rest from a bye week. The Georgia Bulldogs taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. The Aggies will kick this away to get us going. Returner decides to field it. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Testing the right side here. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he's very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
You can see what the offense is trying to do here with this screenplay, but they avoid disaster by at least getting a few positive yards. The defense doing a great job of anticipating the screen here.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Gosh, Chris, I just love this atmosphere. The home field advantage on full display. The defense flying around with energy. Nice job there on that third down of using the energy from the crowd to make that stop. First down here for this offense.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early down. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the second and third down coming up.
Handoff from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
What will the call be on third and long now from the 44? Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. Doesn't hold on. Good hit by the DB. Now it brings up fourth down. And the Aggies will have to punt this one away. Looking to flip the field here. And the returner will be brought down. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10?
Same tailback, another carry. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
For the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up third down.
Chris, you see what happens when you try to squeeze it into double coverage. An incompletion is probably the best result you could hope for, because an interception is the most likely outcome when you're throwing the ball into the ground.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Receiver makes the catch. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a fourth down play now.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
The Dogs will send the punt team onto the field. They're going to kick it away for the second time. Did not get a hold of it, not what the punter was hoping for. Returner decides to fair catch this. The Aggies offense back on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
That's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He pulls in the catch. He stopped out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
The defense sits back in his zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Hey, it's a great job with this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Tipped and then drops. A chance to make a play, but instead it's third down.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? They'll change the pre-snap look now. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down. The Aggies will send their punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Second down after that previous play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with are defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Taken down, but not before he makes the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. And then first down, right back to the running game.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Ball handed off. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide.
This could be a turning point in this football game. Defense does a good job. It's third down. They got to get after this quarterback. And instead, he pulls it down and picks up big yards for a first down. Kind of feel the momentum flipping here.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Looking to pass this time. Trying to extend the play. He bought some time, now lets it go. Short pass, finds the tight end. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
Chris, how about this? I mean, there's nobody open initially. He rolls out to be able to get out of the pocket away from the pressure and eventually finds the big tight end for those positive yards in that first down.
Big pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And that run produces a decent gain.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up the first down here on this next play.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And the single back takes the handoff. Got space looking for the end zone here. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs. Well, they slowed the game down with a long, grinding drive to produce a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and you can score a big touchdown, but to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving, that puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense. Man, did they make that look easy.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Snags the quick throw. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
They're going to throw for it on third and short. Makes a quick grab. And that is a first down gain. Moves the ball to the 40.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
And looking to throw now on first down. The pocket breaking down. Using his legs on the scramble. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. It's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 coming up.
Try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They look to throw it here on second down. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
Well, if you're going to be able to play in the SEC and be a dominant team, you have to have defensive linemen like this right here. And we've seen that from Georgia over the years. They've been incredibly blessed to have defensive linemen that can hold up against the run, also have the ability to do this right here, which is pressure the quarterback and come up with those sacks.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Well, you can see what happens when you try to squeeze it into a tight window. An incompletion is probably the best result he could have hoped for, because an interception is the most likely outcome anytime you throw into double coverage.
See if he can make something happen with the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Off the play fake on first down. Bringing pressure. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Running back has it on a screen now. Finding space at the 20. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Third down upcoming after that completion. Here's the snap. Looking to throw here. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Touchdown, Aggies. And the defense adds 6 from the interception return. How How about that, Kirk? A defensive touchdown to tie this football game.
Well, you only get a handful of those in an entire season. To be able to come up with that in this game to tie the game is just big time by this defense, and it gets them right back where they need to be.
Point after, up and good. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And it'll be tackled right at the 20. That's a good job by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after going to pick 6 last time out here. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback drops back. Looks like he's going to run it. Finds room at the 30. And the junior quarterback shows his toughness, keeps this drive moving. They move the 6. They'll hurry to the line here on first down now. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Chris, that's on the offensive line right there. They definitely have to be feeling responsible because it's almost like you didn't protect your little brother back there.
The sack sets up second down. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. The pass rush closing in. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. And the Bulldogs come to the line to run the hurry-up. Keeping it on the ground here. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Quick completion to the tight end. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
Chris, we get so caught up in these wide receivers and their playmaking ability and getting them the ball in space. And like the defense has to pay attention to them. Often too much attention opens up an underneath drag route like this, and quarterback makes a good read. Nice first down.
On the run, going to heave it downfield. Catch made down inside the 15.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And it's incomplete. He dropped the first down pass over the middle.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Offense looking to throw the ball. He's got it right near the end zone. The defense makes the stop at the 3. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution in that drive, Kirk?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. He's going to bring it out from the end zone. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. On the move. It's a foot race. Touchdown, A&M. He'll stroll into the end zone. Special teams making a monster play. The returner gets the touchdown, but a bunch of guys contributed that time.
Yeah, exactly right. The blocks up front really set the tone to be able to give him his chance. You don't see this happen very often in this game where a guy gets a chance to have a kickoff return for a touchdown. Everything has to be just perfect, and of course, he had the speed to be able to get it all the way to the end zone.
Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery.
They tried to surprise him here to start off this third quarter. Just didn't pan out. But I think you got to respect them for trying, though. I like that call.
Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. They get the second half started with their running play. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Receiver makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Five-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 now. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Solid tackle, able to get him down. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line. Because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route. And the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch made on the out route. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, especially on 3rd down. Get him the ball.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. He finds his man. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Here we go. 3rd down, close to the goal line. They can still get a first down without scoring. QB to the tight end for a completion. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
Well, these guys clearly weren't even thinking about a field goal on this one. They know that field goals won't win a game like this anyway, so be aggressive. And now it's 1st and goal.
Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Down he goes. A sack.
That's a big sack by this defense here on 1st down. Now, the offense still has opportunities to rectify this situation, but it's not the best way to start a 1st and goal situation.
Looking to pass here on second down. Looking right. This one caught. Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now.
You know, these kind of routes are always great for receivers who do a really good job of yards after the catch situations. And they're easy completions for the quarterback.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line for 3rd and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Touchdown, Texas A&M. They go in front here in the second half.
Great job here by the play caller going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Play action fake, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. On the run here, lets it go. Quick throw, complete to the tight end. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34. The Bulldogs hustle to the line to run the hurry-up.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray, and more recently Jake Fromm, and of course Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. And he drops back in the gun. Finds an open target on the left side. It's a huge gain across midfield. Ball will be spotted about the 31. Dogs pick up enough yardage for a 1st down.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. There's a fastball, but it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the Texas A&M offense heads back out on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? The junior able to bring him down quickly. Here's the 2nd down play. Quarterback making some changes at the line. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Here's a carry for the fullback. And the tackle is made on what's going to be the final play of this period.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Here's the score. Texas A&M 21, Georgia 14.
So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Third down play here out of the shotgun. Comes up with the catch and uses his speed to pick up solid yardage.
Oh, that one really hurts for this defense. They get these guys to third down, a chance to maybe get them off the field, and they give up a first down late in the game. The clock will continue to roll.
Looking to throw again. Makes a quick catch. And that broken tackle will earn him first down yardage.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you want to run the football here to work the clock, but these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
They get him down, but that's a solid game.
Chris, at least there's some positive yards there from this run game. It hasn't been pretty today. It's really, to me, kept them out of finding any kind of offensive rhythm. Now, they have the lead, but it's despite this offense not necessarily having their best day.
Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a second down. Use the running game to chew on this clock now. Looks like Texas A&M will have the first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do that.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. Catch made on the right side. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? On third and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Caught quickly. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on third down. They go his way again, and it works out.
So it's first and goal. The offense will try to milk the clock and add points if they can. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Couldn't quite get in, but they're knocking on the door at the 1.
Yeah, I like this call here late in a game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
Hands off to the fullback. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Urgency here. Got to cut into this lead. It's third down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a two-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And he stopped at the 18. Returner trying to make a play, and a touchback would have been a better idea. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And here's a deep throw with the clock winding down. He's got it on the left side for a big gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
Wow, back-to-back deep shots. And it's intercepted as he threw it into heavy traffic that time. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Boy, the offense just cannot afford to throw this interception. It's already a two-possession game. By throwing this pick, now you wonder how many more opportunities will you get.
So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. Well, it wasn't a flawless performance, Kirk, but they looked pretty good out there today and a very satisfying W.
I think this group has a chance to do some really special things this year. They clearly have talent to be able to work with. I've been impressed with how this head coach managed the game and led his team to a victory.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.